2025 Christmas haul. So I got a few fragrances here, some that I bought for myself during the holiday season that I'll just call my Christmas gifts, and some that a few of my friends got for me, which I'm thankful for. So I did already kind of talk about and get my first impressions on some of these because I was just so excited to share them with you. So I'll do a full review of those, and I'll do my first impressions on the other ones I haven't unboxed. So let's just get right into it. Let's start off with this guy here. I bought this for myself. This is actually called Super Assam by Oudimentary. So they make some high quality, real, pure oud oils and some mixed oils as well. I decided to pick this up. I heard some good things about this brand. Like I said, this is their Super Assam one. Notes of balsamic, barnyard, leather, and chocolate. I just got the small one. This is 1 milliliter. So for the longevity of this, I mean, guys, just look how dark and thick this juice is. I've been using this for a little bit and it's gonna last me a long time. This color and darkness, this lasts all day, 24 plus hours, even long after that. And the projection is extremely, extremely strong. I spilled some of this on myself, just a little tiny bit when I was with my friend. And we went out like an hour later and we went to a bunch of bars and restaurants and whatnot. And she just kept reminding me that she could smell me. And I was starting to feel a little insecure because that barnyardy scent just lasted so long. And I can feel like, I'm like, can people smell me? Do people think I smell like poop pretty much? Which is what this kind of gives off for a long time of this fragrance. So like I said, that for the opening of this, like, I swear that barnyardy scent just kind of lasted like 6+ hours. And then after that, you do get that nice woody smell, but you got to spray this or apply this. It's just an oil here. Let me open it for you. You got to apply this like way before you go out. Otherwise, like I said, it's extremely powerful. So you just got a little dipstick and you're going to smell that woody barnyardy scent for a long time. Let me just get a whiff of this. See, I already have a little bit on my glove. It's probably going to ruin the rest of these reviews, but yeah, man, that is super strong Indian Hindi oud right there. Chocolatey, dark, a little bit fecal, very, very animalic. So you do get that classic animalic smell, but then it dries down after a while to get that like balsamic woody scent. But it just takes a long, long time for that to happen. Definitely a cold weather scent. I do not recommend wear this in the warm weather. Only for small climates or only for special occasions, really, I would wear this. But you gotta layer this with something. I wouldn't recommend wearing this by itself, especially if you're a beginner. Layer with something more complex because this is slightly like linear, or it doesn't evolve until like way, way long into the duration of the fragrance. And then after that, you can wear it at like a wedding or something because this does smell really nice. But not something I'd wear for like a first date or anything like that, because you could definitely throw people off with this scent right here. For the demographics, like older crowd, 30 plus, masculine, I'd say. I mean, Middle Eastern women definitely smell like this, and they wear things like this. But I don't think women here in the U.S. would like something like this. My friend, she honestly hated this, and she kept reminding me throughout the night that she could smell me. Whenever I like wafted around, I'd move my arm or whatnot, and like I would get a whiff of it, and it was pretty strong, like I said. But later at night, she even said that, and after I left her house, she said I could still smell you like in the house, and it started to grow on her, like that nice royal woody smell started to come out, that like masculine scent, like her words. So it does smell good, but you just got to give it hours, I guess. So from Oudimentary, it is honestly kind of pricey. But if you do want to get into authentic oud that you don't have to like import from somewhere else and pay a bunch of fees, Oudimentary is definitely the way to go there. I do think they ship from the US, and this 1 milliliter was $80, I believe. Let me look it up here. Yep, 80 bucks, and it's 250 for 3 milliliters. So again, very expensive, but it is, you're paying for the quality. And for something this expensive, I don't think I'll ever finish this. Not because it smells bad, but because you only need like a drop or two of this. Like, it's gonna last, for most people, this will last you forever. And yeah, most people, I think this is the perfect size, so to speak. That's all you need, just a one drop. Stronger than, honestly, some of my pure oud oils that I got in the UAE. Highly recommend this company. I'm not sponsored or anything. This is my first purchase from them, but I will be purchasing a lot more from them just based on the quality of that one. So that is Super Assam oil from Oudimentary. Let's go on to another, I guess, sample-ish. This is orange bitters. I can still see that on my glove. I can still smell the oil, the oud. But orange bitters by Joe Malone. So I actually got one of my friends a gift, and it came with like a bunch of samples. And same friend, she said that this just smelled like oranges. She didn't really want it, so I'll take it. You know, make a video on it. So after testing it, longevity, not too long, 3 to 5 hours, but it is a fresh fruity scent, so that's kind of expected there. But the ambers in this do kind of help extend the lifetime of this fragrance. And speaking of that, the notes are bitter orange, sweet orange, and mandarin for the top notes, and then middle notes, interestingly, dried plum, base notes of amber and sandalwood. And it's described as citrus for the chords, amber, fruity, sweet, and fresh. So projection on this, medium projection, like an arm's length, nothing extreme or anything like that. Pretty much the fragrance tree like follows the scents of here. Like you get that fresh burst of sour, juicy orange, and then it kind of dries down, adding that sweet, dark amber. It follows exactly what's described there. That amber comes out like 30 minutes to like an hour after the initial spray. So not too many fragrance notes there. It's exactly what it says. Just imagine like an afternoon swim. A lot of people smell that. Just take away the like watery notes of it and the musk accords. Just take that away, and you just get that fresh, bright juicy bitter orange there, like I've said. Yeah, smelling it now, that's exactly like what it is. And again, this is not like, I'm not saying it's copying afternoon swim or anything like that. It's just, that's just the closest thing I can picture this to. Yeah, that's getting that sour orange there. I think this is like an all year around fragrance. I mean, obviously it might perform a little better in the warmer weather, but it's currently cold where I am, so that's why I say that. But it is pretty wearable. It's inoffensive. I think you can wear this to work as it's not too loud. You can also wear it to like a date if you want that like subtle, yummy scent for your partner, I guess. I would wear this. I would not wear this to the gym, as it's like, I think that orange mixed with like your sweat can probably give off like a sour, rotten fruit smell. So I'd probably stay away from this, even though it's like fresh. But I wouldn't wear this to the gym. But let me know if you wear this to the gym. Let me know how that performs. But I think anyone can wear this. It's pretty unisex. It's leaning youthful. I would often mix this with like something darker, like let's say this pure oud right here by Louis Vuitton. That's like an insane combo I discovered. Like, I love citrus and oud together, and then the bitterness from both just really like makes this beautiful. But yeah, I think it's good on its own, but if you can find something to layer this with, because like I said, it is pretty kind of linear. It doesn't evolve that much. It's literally just what it is, bitter orange. I think that'll be good on that. If you find something good to mix it with. Again, no compliments during my wearing of this, as it is kind of subtle, but I do think people would like it because, again, it's not offensive at all. It just kind of smells like oranges. And at about $100 a retail, I think it's nice to have, but personally, I don't think I'd get a full bottle of it. This doesn't do much for me to warrant spending that to just layer it, which is ironic after spending $2,000 on this, which is meant to be layered, but I digress. Anyway, like I'd rather spend that money on something else from Joe Malone because they do have some wonderful fragrances. Like think about picking up Oud and Bergamot, and wood, sage, and sea salt is always a banger. It's a classic one there, but this one's good. But me personally, I just wouldn't get a full bottle of that. So that's Orange Bitters by Joe Malone. Let's move on to this guy back here. This is, let me get the full name for you because it is pretty long. This is from Rasasi. This is Attar al Boruzz, Jazeebiyat, Musk, Tabriz. I probably butchered that. I know I did, but it is, I don't speak Arabic. So let me get a test strip here. I know what this smells like. This is just going to be your like Italian citrus, fruity, floral with Indian oud and musk. But honestly, like I said when I first did my review of this smells like something very, very familiar. I'm smelling it in the air now. Let me pull up my notes here. Yeah, that's exactly what that is. And the vanilla too, but this is straight up just Herbapure, but better. But I'll get into it in a little bit. Longevity, 8+ hours, pretty strong without being like super artificial like Herbapure here. As a comparison, let me just get this on a test strip as well. Herbapure projects louder, but it is more synthetic, has more synthetic materials, and it's the artificiality of it tends to extend the longevity of it compared to the Rasasi one. Yeah, that's like almost, it's so similar, guys. Yeah, but I don't know, man. The fruity like DNA of the Rasasi one, it stays for the duration of it. And about halfway, you start getting that like dark woodiness that starts coming out. That's missing from this Herbapure here. I think there is some darker like woods in the Herbapure Gold, which I have, and I'll probably do a comparison video of that later. But yeah, a lot of that Herbapure DNA, again, more synthetic and missing the darkness that the Rasasi has. So that's one plus that has over the OG. I've seen this DNA 100 times before, and it doesn't evolve to something like super complex. And I also don't get a lot of the musk like it says in the name, but it's still good, you know, compared to the original spring, summertime scent here, and not dark enough for the fall. I think it's kind of inappropriate for the winter, cooler weather. It just won't really project as much. I would probably just stick to wearing this like outdoors. This DNA, it can be a little headache inducing, at least to me. I'm glad to have it, but I just wouldn't wear it in like close spaces or like at work or at the gym. Definitely not the gym. But yeah, maybe like an outdoor date, a picnic or something like that, or I don't know, going fruit picking. It matches the, you know, name of it and everything, but yeah, I don't know, something like that. I don't know where it is a unique scent. It is I like the artistic nature of both of these fragrances. I just don't know where an occasion that would be appropriate to wear this. Definitely leaning towards the younger crowd, unisex, maybe leaning feminine. I'd say like people in their 20s would love this guy. No compliments, but I didn't really wear this too much going out. But Herbapure is, as you know, pretty polarizing. So take that, you know, as you will. Some people will like it, some people will hate it. It all just depends. And I would assume the same with the Rasasi here. So if you can find it, it is discontinued now. I'd say it's worth it. It's like $120 now USD. Before it was way more expensive, but it's actually interesting. It's discontinued and cheaper now. But again, the only issue is being able to find it. So if you already have Herb Pure, I'd say it's not worth it. But if you don't, 100,000% go with the Rasasi if you're looking for that DNA, because again, it is more natural smelling and you get that more complexity compared to the Herb Pure. Yeah, it's just less synthetic and whatnot. So really good with this, but I probably just wouldn't repurchase it, but still a great fragrance overall. All right, let's go on to, let's get Natural Oud by Lattafa here. So this guy, let's get a reminder of the notes real quick. We got saffron for the top notes, red fruits and nutmeg, middle notes of rose and jasmine, and then base notes of oud, cedar, benzoin, and lastly amber. So longevity on this guy is like 6 hours. It's not real oud, so you're not going to get anything insane with insane long longevity, but that's okay. And then the projection is actually fairly strong, especially with those resins. And yeah, after wearing this for a few weeks, it's still, that opening is still kind of off-putting to my nose at least. It's medicinal. It's like very medicinal, kind of children's vitamins scent that I even explained in the first impressions. But then after a while, with some time with this, you do get that classic saffron, rose, and synthetic but oudy combination that's being further projected by the added woods and amber. But yeah, that's definitely just, you know, your classic oud rose combo there. So it's not linear, but I just don't like the opening. I wish the dry down lasted the entirety of the fragrance, but this DNA is also just not really doing anything different for me. But that could just be me. Definitely a cold weather fragrance. I don't think it would smell too good in the warm weather. And for occasions, I'd say just depends on where you work. I think you can get away with it as like a special occasion at work, maybe. I don't know, like once in a while, but I definitely don't think this could be a daily fragrance. But if you're in the Middle East, this is definitely something you can wear every day. Just depends on where you are. You can wear this in, you know, hot weather, whatnot. Like it just fits with that environment. But otherwise, I'd say special occasion only. But I know in my collection I have better smelling and better quality oud rose combos. So if you don't have fragrances like that, then sure, use it as your special occasion fragrance. But to me personally, I just don't see this fragrance being in my rotation that much because I just have this DNA but smelling a lot better. But unisex in your 20s, I think it's a little too old for like school and teens, but it's not too heavy or dark that like a woman can't wear. I did get noticed a few times, but I could tell that people could smell me, but it just wasn't good enough for people to actually come up to me and be like, hey, what is that smell? Or like actually compliment me. But overall though, for 20 to 50 bucks, I mean, it's a great beginner oud rose combo for that price. However, like I said before, like it's not the most natural smelling oud because it's so cheap, but that's okay. You know, cheap fragrances are still good, and I'm glad to have it in my collection too. I have so many Lattafas. Let me know if you want me to do like a Lattafa collection video, because I'll do that for you. Yeah, let's go on to my next fragrance here. Let's go to Lattafa Dynasty. One of my favorite pickups of 2025. Let's get the notes up here real quick. Got top notes of bergamot, ginger, clary sage, raspberry, nutmeg, middle notes of Rubio's tea, suede, and then base notes of cedarwood, cashmere, and amberwood. So, like I said, great fragrance here. Hyped as well, and very deservedly. Longevity here, surprisingly, 8+ hours. Pretty good for a green fragrance to last the entire workday. Strong, projection and not offensive at all. This will leave a beautiful scent trail. It opens up with that natural, beautiful smelling citrus, and that green, like leafy tea just stays for the remainder of the fragrance. And then those woods like come out shortly after that, with that cedar wood being like the main star of the standout note of the fragrance. At least for the dry down. For complexity, the tea is super strong here, and it stays again for the whole fragrance. And overall, I think it is fairly complex. Sometimes it's sweet, sometimes it's like sour or leathery or woody or whatnot. It is a wonderfully blended scent here. You can daily this fragrance. That's how fresh and inoffensive this is. It's complex too, so you won't get tired of it, and you probably won't smell this on other people. I don't think a lot of people are wearing tea-based fragrances or tea-dominant ones. And it is very unisex, maybe leaning slightly feminine, but please don't think of this as a feminine fragrance. Don't be afraid of tea. There's still like leather and woods in this, and it's good for like the youth and the older generation there. While I do love this fragrance, I'm always honest with you guys, I'm not gonna lie. I just personally didn't get any or a lot or any compliments at all, but probably because I just didn't leave the house wearing this a lot. I did enjoy wearing this just at home, chilling by myself, because it is just such a nice, warm, inviting scent. It just calms you down. But wearing this outdoors, the times that I did tell that people were noticing it, but it's not like a compliment magnet or anything like that. I'm not one of those people who call every fragrance a compliment magnet. Like, that's just not what I'm gonna do. So this is gonna be 20 to 50 US dollars. Maybe like leaning towards 35 to 50. I definitely think it's worth it. I will repurchase this. It just came out in October, I think, or sometime late this year. So just give it a while so it can go down even more in price to that usual affordable price that Lattafa is known for, getting down to those like lower 20s, because it is still like kind of up there a little bit. But I can 100% recommend this fragrance. This is one of my favorite pickups of this year, and I'm really glad I bought this for myself as a little Christmas gift. But yeah, Lattafa Dynasty, really, really great fragrance there. 100% recommend, 100% will repurchase. All right, let's go on to another Lattafa. Here we got Mashrabya. That's how you say it. By the way, I hate this cap here because it's so like, putting it back on, it just requires a lot of force, and it makes a really unpleasant noise. But anyway, that's not important. Let's get the notes out. We got apple, shisha cord. You got pink pepper for the top notes, middle notes of tobacco, cinnamon, and dates. The base notes of oud, smoke, caramel, vanilla, and patchouli. Oh yeah, so good. Yeah, so you get your standard like 6-ish hours of longevity. I expect it to last a little longer just based on the notes, but that's pretty good to me, honestly. And it projects fairly strong, like a few feet. That incense or oud smoke is definitely what people will smell, followed by the complexity of the other notes. The smokiness in there is just, it stays there from the opening all the way down to the dry down. It's followed up by that like fruity sweetness to kind of even it out and make it not just like a thick, nasty, like smoker smoke fragrance. It's not that at all. It's really complex, like I said. It's not linear. And those other notes kind of like soften it out and kind of clean up that smoke, and it stays like that for the entire 6 hours. I would say this is a fall and winter, definitely nighttime fragrance. This is like a smoky, mysterious scent. I just think it will just fit better in the night, or even like a nightclub where there's hookah, like just to fit that like hookah vibe. So definitely like a hookah bar or a night out, a cigar lounge, etc. I don't think it's safe for work or anything like that. You can wear it on date if you know the person and their taste Otherwise, they can probably be put off by it. I don't know. I just don't think it's safe enough to be like a daily wear or anything like that. Probably appeals more to the older crowd. Perfectly unisex though, in my opinion, just with that balance of smoke and sweetness there. And I actually did get a couple of compliments with this. This fragrance is like just straight up a photorealistic, like apple hookah there smoke. I suppose if someone doesn't like something like that, then obviously they're not gonna like it. But this fragrance has been out for a long time, so you're gonna definitely find it in like that $20 to $30 US dollar price. Definitely worth it compared to what it's inspired by. Great alternative, and I will be repurchasing it. Even though I don't have the original, I have smelled the original, and I'll buy this over it because it's just that good. Yeah, let's go on to Boss Bottled Absolu. This is Fragrantica's 2025 Fragrance of the Year. This is going to be your leather, patchouli, and cedarwood kind of smoky fragrance. Man, you guys have probably heard a lot about this if you're in the fragrance community. That is so nice, man. Got the longevity. I got 8+ hours of it. It's gonna last you your entire work day, and I was still getting whiffs of it throughout the entirety of it, even towards the end. Strong projection, but it's inoffensive, right? Like people said that they can smell it on me like down the hallway, but it left a trail, but it wasn't like overbearing or anything. Like I got a lot of compliments, but I'll go into that later. So the patchouli and the woods is heavy throughout the opening and the dry down of this fragrance, and it's very masculine. It's actually fairly linear to me, and it doesn't evolve much. Like those base notes come out like shortly after spraying it, and it stays throughout the remainder of the fragrance, but it's not a bad thing in this situation. Everything doesn't have to be your super complex, changing every 5-minute kind of scent. This is definitely more appropriate for the cooler weather and nighttime. It's too dark for anything in the daytime or warm, in my opinion. Definitely a date night type of fragrance or a special occasion. I think you can even wear this to a wedding. I'm honestly considering it. I have a wedding next October, and it's going to be like kind of cold up there, so I definitely think this will cut through the coldness, and it's like elegant enough and manly smelling that it will be perfect for that occasion. Yeah, I just can't stop like smelling this one, guys. I always say that everything's unisex, but honestly, this is definitely masculine. I don't think women would enjoy wearing this, but they would love smelling this on a man, a grown man at that. This is like not for young adults in their early 20s. This is probably not for them, like a little bit of the older crowd there. And as I hinted before, like this is a compliment magnet. I know I just said I don't like saying compliment magnet, but I did get compliments from both men and women. This is a panty and a boxer dropper, if you will. It makes sense as why this perfume won so many awards. And for $120 to $150, which is pretty typical for a price of a designer fragrance, I think it's definitely worth it. It's one of the best releases of this year, in my opinion. I'm glad to be gifted this. If you can find it discounted, that's even better. But I definitely will repurchase this. And if and when I do run out of this, I will be repurchasing it, as I said, because I definitely will be rotating this throughout my fragrance wearing a lot. So that's a Boss Bottled Absolu. Let's get some of these samples out of the way. So if you can see, obviously I was gifted like something from Penhaligons, and they come with a bunch of like samples and whatnot. So let's get this one out. I did smell these a little bit in front of my friend who got this for me. Here's a little sample card. You can read that. I'm not gonna read it for you. Really nice artwork, as all Penhaligons really does. This is the world according to Arthur, excuse me. Main accords of vanilla, amber, smoky, balsamic, aromatic, warm, spicy, sweet, musky, floral, and soft spicy. Let's see, remind myself what this smells like. Don't want to smell too much. I mean, the sample itself wasn't even filled all the way. I only sprayed it like once before. Okay, yeah, I remember now. This is the one that kind of reminded me of a DNA that I've smelled a bunch of times, but it's not bad. It's just I have this DNA a lot, as you can tell by the accords there. Let's bring up the top notes. Got top notes of vanilla, incense, and grapefruit. And then we have middle notes listed as ambrette and clary sage, and base notes of incense and tonka bean. So kind of similar to like your dark vanilla scents, like your kind of your Altair, your baby cat, your like kind of like angel share, but not really angel share. I would say mostly like your baby cat and Altair kind of scent without that like orangey scent. But the vanilla, tonka bean, and incense, like definitely. I don't know. It's not a bad fragrance. I'm just, especially this year, I'm just kind of tired of that DNA. I've smelled so many fragrances that just kind of smell like that, and I'm just kind of over it. But it's just a sample, right? But it is good overall. I don't know the price on this or anything like that. I can do a full review later if you want. But Penhaligon is kind of expensive, probably like $300 or so. I know they have better fragrances than this, and I'd probably buy something that's not that. Overall, good one. Again, it's just a sample, so no hurt feelings there. Let's get this next sample out here. Here's the artwork here. We got Fortuitous Finley. There's a text there. It says you got notes of pistachio and leather. A sable scent for wild horse. All their scents, or not all their scents, but some of their scents are kind of like horsey. Kind of like PDM, Parfum de Marley. Or they're all kind of animalistic, but okay, this is more unique to my nose. We got warm accords of warm, spicy, salty, green, woody, ozonic, marine, aromatic, powdery, aquatic, and patchouli. And a nice green juice here. Top notes of cardamom, star anise, black pepper. Middle notes of salt, pistachio, and matcha tea. And base notes of violet leaf, patchouli, and leather. So honestly, on the opening, I got that like leather patchouli that I like with the cardamom, that spice. And it was nice, and it was slightly leaning to something like familiar. But then at the same time, like that, the saltiness and the aquatic kind of comes out, and it's smelling like, it's kind of throwing me off. I feel like these two accords just don't really match that well, in my opinion. Like I feel like they should be good separately. The oceanic and the greenness is not really mixing well to my nose, but maybe because it's on paper. But I like it better than this one. But I don't think this is like full bottle worthy. But I am interested in doing a full wearing of that. I'll probably do a video on that. But that's Fortuitous Finley there. So really interesting scent. And we got some like random stuff here. Some lotions and whatnot. This is a hand lotion with the Luna DNA scent in here. I actually want to pick up a bottle of Luna, so this is actually kind of good. I'm not really a fan of scented lotions because, again, I wear a lot of fragrances and I don't want the fragrances to clash. And I usually don't use the highest quality ingredients in these like scented lotions. I like to wear like a base layer with like that's not scented, that's like good for your skin, has good ingredients, and then I'll spray my scent on top of my moisturized skin to further enhance the fragrance. But what does this Luna smell like? Honestly, I'm still smelling the oud on my glove, but this light, airy, musky, a little citrusy. Honestly, I'll have to put that on skin, but I don't think I'm going to review this. It's just something interesting that I want to show you guys that came in that package. But I will read the accords for you off here. Again, I do remember smelling this in store, and I did want to pick it up. It got main accords of citrus, aromatic, fresh, spicy, rose, woody, fresh, and floral. And top notes of lemon, bergamot, bitter orange, middle notes of rose, juniper berry, jasmine, and base notes of balsam fir, musk, and ambergris. So I do love me some juniper berry and the citrus combo. That's kind of good there with that rose and balsam fir. I think it's just a nice combo there to have. And I'll probably pick up that actual fragrance there later. Got some rose lip balm. It's like that. Hopefully this doesn't make my lips super pink. Yeah, smells like rose, I guess. I'll wear that probably around the house. Again, my friend didn't give me these samples, it just kind of came with it. Let's get this out here. Quercus, I believe is how you say that. Do like a nice bar soap. I'm not gonna pull up the notes or anything. I don't have it there. I thought I did, but this just kind of smells like just soap. Yeah, it doesn't really smell. It just smells like a hotel soap. What I can tell, that's not what that's. I don't think the fragrance smells like that. It just doesn't really. I don't know. The Penhaligon's scent just didn't really transfer over to that soap. It just kind of smells like soap. Or maybe that's what the fragrance smells like. But I don't know. You guys aren't really interested in that. And then I obviously have some hand cream of Halfeti. But main point though, I got gifted actual Halfeti here. So my friend, she was being sneaky, and I was telling her about my fragrances, and I said that I have a sample of Penhaligons from Fragrance Nevea. Shout out to them. And I got like a compliment in a fast food drive-thru as soon as I pulled down my window, and I thought that was pretty funny, and I was sharing that story about her to her, and she got this for me for Christmas, so I appreciate that. Halfeti is a nice woody scent. Let's get this open. She got the nice little cute baby bottle here, which I'm glad to have. I'm not complaining or anything. Like, I have so many fragrances, like these bottles will last me a long time. So here's a presentation here. Penhaligon's London. Got the bow on here. At least it comes with the bow. This is like the best part of the fragrance. Penhaligon's Halfeti. I did smell some of the flankers too, and they were really all pretty good. I love them. So I'll probably pick those up later, like Cairo and leather, yada yada yada. All those guys. It's been a while since I've smelled those flankers. See if this smells like the sample I have. Yep. That is a slightly sweet but spicy, woody, masculine scent right there. Wow, that is really, really good. Kind of reminded me of almost like Boss Bottled Elixir, or Absolu there, excuse me. Just with super spice though. This is a spice bomb, but not in a bad way. Let's pull up these notes here. I don't actually remember what the notes are. Main chords of woody, obviously warm spicy, yep. Aromatic, fresh spicy, leather, oud, powdery, amber, vanilla, and rose. Oh yeah, it does have oud in there, but oud, right? Top notes of cypress leaf, saffron, cardamom, artemisia, bergamot, grapefruit. Middle notes of Bulgarian rose, nutmeg, and jasmine. And then base notes of oud, leather, cedar, sandalwood, amber, tonka, vanilla, and musk. So I was actually going to say this does smell a little Middle Eastern. That's definitely from where that opening of the saffron and cardamom is coming from. But yeah, that spiciness, especially from that, like, I'm getting the nutmeg. Man, that is really, really nice. I think this is targeted towards the unisex, but I think men would like this a little more. This is a really, really nice, well-blended scent that I think you can definitely daily this if you have money like that. This is super nice, and it's not like overly like making me want to cough spicy, because it balances out that with like the vanilla and the citrus. You can definitely smell that there too. So yeah guys, this is everything that I got for myself, and I got from other people / I stole some of their samples. Not stole, but I took their samples that they got in their own gifts. But yeah, hopefully I can do this next year. Thanks for watching my videos. I just made this channel like a month ago, but I've already gotten a lot of love from you guys. So keep following the YouTubes and the TikToks and Instagrams and all that. Just support the channel. I do have a lot of videos. This isn't my job. Obviously, I have an actual job. I have videos just in the queue, a bunch of them. I just have to actually sit down and edit them and post them. So don't think I'm like stopping or taking a break or anything. I just gotta actually do it. Again, my whole point of this channel is just to share my love for fragrances for you guys. So hopefully in the next year, in the new year, I can keep doing that for you guys and you guys keep supporting me and I keep buying fragrances and telling you guys my honest opinions of them and whatnot, as I always do. So again, subscribe, follow, all that stuff, and thanks for watching.